Hi Sagittarius, thank you for being here. This is going to be your love reading for the month of March. And we're going to start off with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards to get a general feel for the energies surrounding you this month. Release, despondence, vanity, and self-worth. The energy, the initial energy that I get here is that of you, that you've been a little bit in hiding. That you haven't been yourself, like a typical Sagittarius that's very social and outgoing. I'm getting a sense that you have been a little bit of a recluse. I mean, technically we're all in recluse mode because of the situation worldwide, but that's not very common for a Sagittarius energy to be. I feel that you have purposely even been a little bit reclused, a bit reclusive with even your inner circle. It's almost like you've stepped out of the scene for a while because you've been in this having an internal battle. And this internal battle has to do with releasing wounding from childhood. Releasing wounding when it comes to what I feel here is anger, like every time you think about those things that wounded you as a child, behaviors from your parents, either the way they treated you or the way that they treated each other. For everybody, it will be different for everybody, but there was quite a bit of wounding in your self-value and your self-worth sometime during your upbringing. And what I'm getting here is that because of that wounding, it led you down a path where the connections or what you aimed for was social status or relationships that really had no emotional tie. It was more of a convenience. And what I'm getting here is that maybe even at times you didn't really agree with the views of those people or their intentions, but you just played along because you were not really standing in your power and you weren't really standing in your own beliefs. And I feel like that stemmed from the lack of self-worth that you learned in your home or through experiences that you experienced during your childhood. I'm also getting here that you're in a phase where you are releasing emotional ties that no longer serve you. So these people that you have allowed in your circle, it's almost as if you have no interest in having conversations with these people anymore, because the conversations that you tend to have with these people they lack substance. It's all about money and status, and you want to have something that's a little bit more of substance, where there's emotions involved. I feel that being around these people you really can't express yourself, and I feel that you feel that if you were to express yourself fully in the way that you really feel, they wouldn't accept you. There's also a sense of wanting to have more. It's almost as though you're on a race to accumulate material wealth at the expense of all that which is heartfelt or that fulfills you emotionally. So you are giving that up in order to have more of the material objects. And so what I'm getting here is that there is an assessment of that type of behavior or that type of lifestyle that you're coming to a place in your life or a moment in your life where you are thinking about those things and wanting something different, because at this point, none of those things that you have accumulated, all of this career and wealth, like career success and wealth, it's not really satisfying you completely, because I feel that your emotional side has not been nurtured because you've been busy nurturing the material side. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull some cards now from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Those were the general energies surrounding you. So now we're going to pull cards for a Celtic cross. Okay, Sagittarius, this is what we have going on here. The heart of the situation, we got the Devil. And crossing the Devil, we have the Five of Swords. So this energy tells me that you have been lost in indulgences. And you just let go and you just let it run loose. It was all about pleasure. There was no breaks. It was just all in for the pleasure. Just let it all go. What the focus was on, you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is an energy of there's absolutely no emotional attachment here. So you've been on a cycle of just, it's all about the physical pleasure and it's all about the material world, and there is no time for the emotions. That is where the foundation of the situation is right now. In the recent past, you have the Emperor. The Emperor is an energy of coming to status. So what I'm getting here is that there was plenty of indulgences. You made a lot of money and you sat on your throne. And it was just all about enjoying that, all of those pleasures that come with the status. What's crowning you here is you have the Three of Cups. And you also got the Knight of Wands. These two came out together. And if you see, they're in embrace. The energies are very similar, except one is in movement and the other one is static, but the energies are the same. And what I feel with these two cards crowning you, or where your mind is at this time, is you think about those moments of pleasure. In the near future, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is an energy of growing tired of the routine. So what I'm getting here, because all of a sudden you're just enjoying all this pleasure, you have the money, you have the girl, or you have the guy, and then you grow tired of this routine. You start going, and it's just, you're going through the motions, and it's just a routine. Now, your self-image, or where you see yourself, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is an energy of wanting to communicate with someone, but I also see that it's not going to be someone that you have been currently in touch with or that you have been fooling around with. It's someone else. And in your environment, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which the Ace of Pentacles is all about the pleasures also. So in your environment, there is, you're thinking about pleasure and more pleasure. But in your hopes and fears, you have the World card. And what you're fearing is that the cycle might be over, because you have the Three of Swords as a result. So what I'm getting here, the Three of Swords is the card of heartbreak. It's being heartbroken and feeling the pain of the distancing from the person that you love, or knowing that that person is with someone else. I feel there's a bit of jealousy covering the reading, because the Knave of Chalices is at the bottom of the deck, and the Knave of Chalices is my jealous guy. And that's what oversees your reading tonight, is that there's a bit of heartbreak as a result, I feel, of all of the playing around that you have been doing, or the lack of having commitment to something other than the physical and the material. Okay, guys, I'm going to close down the reading, and I'm going to pull a card from the Herbal Healing deck. You guys got Shadow Side, Red Root. To confront a person with his shadow is to show him his own light. Carl Jung. Red root is a small North American shrub, also known by its genus name Ceanothus. During the Revolution, settlers used the leaves as a substitute for imported tea, lending the alternate name New Jersey tea. The root or root bark is harvested for medicinal use. Red root treats stagnant conditions of the lymphatic system and is especially useful for chronic issues such as the Epstein-Barr virus. The use of red root in treating long-standing underlying issues signifies a need to look at the underlying tendencies within yourself and the long-standing issues of your life. The appearance of this plant is a call to face your shadow side, the negative aspects of yourself that are destructive and undesirable. Psychologist Carl Jung pointed out that if the shadow is not confronted, it will be projected outwards unto the circumstances of one's life. While facing your shadow side or your dark side is one of the most difficult things to do, it is also very important and rewarding. Herbalist Matthew Wood nicely elucidates the uses of red root in the book of Herbal Wisdom. The plant has been used in homeopathy for the treatment of an enlarged spleen, an organ that is a major part of the lymphatic system. Both traditional Greek and Chinese medicine connect the spleen with the emotional state of melancholy. As Wood points out, melancholy is associated with a lack of direction, purpose, creativity, with an artistic funk or inability to think oneself out of a predicament. He recommends red root as a specific remedy for this condition. Drying red root is a signal that any form of melancholy can be cleared up by facing and integrating the shadow side of yourself. Astrology can be of great use here with the study of the North Node and South Nodes. The South Node represents your shadow side, the tendencies within you that thwart your own efforts and sabotage your success. The sign and house within which your South Node fall are places to look for such tendencies. On the opposite side of your chart is the North Node, which holds your life direction and soul's purpose. However, the lunar nodes are not simply cut and dry polarities, whereby you avoid your South Node and continually focus on your North Node for success. Oftentimes, we carry gifts and talents from the South Node that we can use to access our North Node. Similarly, your shadow side can be a gold mine where you can uncover hidden strength and abilities. We access our highest potential through recognizing and integrating the shadow side. Where can you look for your shadow tendencies? Working with astrology can be helpful, but there is usually plenty of shadow material at work within our family dynamics. The tincture of red root turns blood red, even though the root itself is mostly tan with threads of red color. Red is the color of the root chakra, which carries our family patterns and karma from lifetime to lifetime. Relationships of all kinds can be a source of great stress. But from the spiritual point of view, stress simply points to places within that need to be healed. Facing the parts of ourselves that have been rejected as ugly or unwanted is a difficult task that can bring up our most primordial fears of abandonment and loss. If you are in a time of stress or feeling out of touch with your creative purpose, take heart. This is all part of the journey towards your truest potential. Red root is connected with the underworld, which is a great source of imagination. Your journey into the darkness now will illuminate the path ahead. Okay, guys, this is going to wrap up your reading for tonight, and I hope this message helped. It looks like Spirit is asking that you look into that shadow side so that you can do the healing necessary so that you can step into your light and into your happiness. So we will see you guys here next month. Take care. Bye.